I had something snarky that I was practicing, but why do I do this to myself? Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I am Britt, and if you haven't subscribed yet, you probably should, because I talk about geeky things, and on Mondays, we talk about Power Rangers Beast Morphers, because I'm 33. If you guys watch my channel, you guys know that I have a very interesting relationship with Power Rangers Beast Morphers, because I want it to be better than it actually truly is. I see so much potential in what it could be and what it could have been. My favorite character of all time in Power Rangers is going to be attached to this series forever, and I wish that it was just better than it is, because he deserves better. Jason deserves the best. But it's not, it wasn't a good episode. The last couple have actually been pretty good. I actually really liked the last one, and the one before that was really good. I had very few bad things to say, and unfortunately this one is kind of the opposite. I have too little good things to say about it, so let's just jump into it, you guys, because let's just do this, okay? If you guys like skipping the full episode recap, hit this timestamp here below, and you guys can skip that and enjoy your lives not knowing how this episode goes, but knowing exactly how I feel about it. So there you go. So this episode opens up with the Rangers at this fan mob greeting thing, because Zoe's mom is about to interview this big movie star named Nikki Rev. Zoe is very proud of her mom for her accomplishments. They go up to her mom is super excited, and then receives a phone call in which stating that Nikki Rev will not be able to make this interview after all, which of course devastates Zoe's mom, because this was going to be kind of a change in her career, a new step in her career as a news anchor. Along inside this scene is Ben and Betty just being stupid. So let's just, they were there. They're there throughout the course of this episode, and they add nothing to the story like normal. We're going to talk about Ben and Betty in a little bit. So just as the news breaks that Nikki Rev will no longer be able to do the interview, everybody is kind of disappointed, and then Vargoyle attacks. And everybody runs away, except for, of course, the Power Rangers, because the Power Rangers have to stay there and morph and fight Vargoyle. One of the people that works at the news station drops the camera that he's holding that is also recording, and the Rangers are just so perfectly framed in the shot for when they morph. Yup, that's what this episode's about. The Rangers fight off Vargoyle. Vargoyle runs off like any of the lackey villains out there who don't get destroyed each episode. But during the fight, the camera is shot and blown up a little bit, but is still slightly working. So when the Rangers leave and Zoe's mom and the camera guy come back, they find out that the Rangers probably morphed in front of this camera. They find out that the memory card is damaged, but probably fixable. So he vows, the cameraman vows to have the memory card fixed by the time the 6 o'clock news comes around, which then Zoe's mom can reveal the Rangers' identity on live television, because, you know, that's a great idea. And the Power Rangers has never had this story ever before. Vargoyle comes up with a plan to free Evox. He just needs access to certain things that he needs to get access to, like the television studio, I guess. That is when Blaze and Roxy walk in, the two most underrated characters now, apparently, because this is literally the only time we see them. Coming in saying, don't listen to this guy, he's awful, here's our plan. And it turns out that Vargoyle and Scrozzle stole their idea and made the thing that they planned on making. And this plan to free Evox was originally their plan. And so when Blaze and Roxy are like, hey, jerk, don't steal our ideas, Evox is like, if he's smart enough to steal your idea, he's smart enough to do it. So basically Evox is an asshole, which, I mean, we get because he's the bad guy. And it's very rare in Power Rangers for us to have that gray area with the good versus the evil. There are seasons that have that, RPM, but, I mean, okay, Venjix, no gray area, but other aspects to the villains or good guys, gray area. Zoe finds out that her mother has this new big scoop, and so she asks about it, and finds out that, of course, she knows who the Rangers, well, she doesn't know who the Rangers' identity are, but she has the ability to learn that once the memory card is fixed. So Zoe's relieved that her mother doesn't know that she's not a Power Ranger yet, but the fact that everybody's gonna find out who the Power Rangers are at 6 o'clock on live television kind of freaks her out a little bit. So she goes off to tell the other Rangers, and the other Rangers are kind of adamant they need to be telling the commander about what's going on. Zoe says, no, let me try to fix this first. Why? There have been moments in Power Rangers history where we've had dire moments where the Rangers need to reveal their identity for whatever reason. I mean, Tommy did it, for crying out loud once. And so this would have been kind of a good moment, but we're going to talk about that later. A good moment for Zoe to do that, but it was not written into the show that way, and I don't know, we're going to talk about the whole story in a minute and how I feel about it. The Rangers agree to allow Zoe to try and fix this before getting the commander involved. Just then, Nikki Rev, this movie star, walks into the Riptide gym, and she's immediately mobbed by fans. So the 6 of them get up, and they kind of like escort her out as security would for somebody being mobbed, with people trying to get pictures and autographs and all that stuff. Trust me, I've done it at conventions. Painful. They get her outside and magically have a car coming to pick her up. Exposition isn't a bad thing, Power Rangers. I mean, you can explain certain things. It's fine. We're going to talk about it all later. This is when Scrozzle sends down a Robotron and a Gigadrone at the same time to distract the Power Rangers from the real plan, which is to try and free Evox, which is, of course, the whole plan for the whole freaking series, but that's fine. Anyway, the original 3 go after the Robotron, and Nate and Steel go after the Gigadrone, and they're both fighting their respective battles. Nate and Steel ask for Devin to come and help. Ravi and Zoe say that they can handle the Robotron, go help them, so he gets into his Zord, and he goes after the Gigadrone. Ravi and Zoe are able to destroy the Robotron, and Devin is able to destroy the Gigadrone, and now it's almost 6 o'clock, and so they have to get to the news station. Why they didn't go as Power Rangers, we're going to talk about it in a little bit. There are so many other ways they could have told this story that would have made it better. We're going to talk about it in a minute. At this point, Nikki Rev has agreed to do another interview right before the 6 o'clock news, but Zoe's mom has no interest in that because she has a bigger scoop. She has the identity of the Power Rangers. Head of the network, or the head of the news network, is trying to convince her, then, you know, like, if you're not going to do it, then who will? Zoe offers to interview this celebrity. And of course, this guy has no idea who Zoe is. And then when the mother reveals that that is her daughter, he then agrees to allow Zoe to do the interview. Everybody else is kind of confused, and so am I. Why aren't you going to stop your mother from, you know, telling everybody who you are? But then she has this plan, and she's going to use Nikki Rev to do it. So the interview starts, and the only real questions that Zoe asks are what it's like to be a celebrity, what it's like to be famous. And of course, we have the answer that a lot of celebrities give us, which is sometimes it's great, and other times it really frickin' sucks, which of course is true for a lot of celebrities. And this is when Zoe's mom has what I can only describe as a come to Jesus moment, because she has this moment of going, oh man, the Rangers shouldn't have their identities revealed. When you've been told this the entire freaking episode by your daughter, you're going to listen to a complete stranger who is famous before you're going to listen to your daughter. It's fine. When the mother goes up to the desk for the 6 o'clock news, she says that she has the identity of the Power Rangers, but she's not going to air that because the Rangers need their identities to be secrets for them to do their job properly. Not the darkest reason to keep your identity secret. Mega Ranger will haunt me for the rest of my life. So everybody's really happy, obviously, that their identities are going to be remaining secret, and everything is good in this town that I keep forgetting the name of. Is it Riptide? Or is that just the name of the gym? I don't actually know what the name of this town is. I need to go back to the first episode. We head back to the villains, and this is when we learn that, well, those were just distractions, and they got what they needed. We're gearing up for the season finale, and I am here for that, as long as it's good. So you guys have it, the entire episode recap of episode 18, Rangers Reveal, and like I said, I mean, it's not a great episode. episode. So what are some good things? Like I said at the very, very end of the recap, we're heading towards the season finale. I like the build-ups to like the big story, and I'm hoping that we're building up to an incredible story, and I'm hoping that the story that we build up to is amazing. And I hope that it doesn't do like what I keep saying it's doing, which is here's its potential, and it's like, gonna hit it. Oh, just kidding. It's like they try not to hit the potential. It's like they go, there's the potential, and we're just gonna go right underneath it. But yeah, so we're gearing up towards the season finale, and I'm very excited to see what they are going to do with the season finale, and I hope that they do actually meet the potential that I see this series actually having. I also really like the usage of Zoe in this episode. I feel like Zoe has been kind of a misused character, an underused character, a very underutilized character, aside from like Nate's attraction for her, and then of course the episode where they both reveal that they are into each other. But I feel like Zoe really has not gotten a lot of like spotlight on her, and I'm glad that she's been given the spotlight, because I think that her actress is actually one of the better actors on this season. The season isn't terrible with acting. I think the season is well acted. It's just poorly executed in other ways, which is what makes it so difficult. And yes, there's some bad acting in it, but I think that the girl who plays Zoe is actually a pretty good actress. And I mean, that makes it sound like, well, I'm surprised. No, like, she's green. Everybody in this show is very, very green. But, like, I see the potential in her to have a great career moving forward. And I really like seeing her more in that spotlight. So, those are the good things about this episode. And let's talk about the bad things. This might be, like, an hour-long episode. So I kind of just wrote down, as on my notes, the whole story. So this story was just executed very, very poorly. We always have stories. I mean, from season 2, when Bulk and Skull vowed to learn the identities of the Power Rangers, we have had people trying to figure out who the Power Rangers are, news people trying to figure out who the Power Rangers are, the Power Rangers getting caught on tape, and them having to somehow get rid of the tape. I mean, that was in season 2 of Power Rangers. Because I remember them, like, distracting Bulk and Skull, and then I think Jason steals the cassette and switches it with something else that's, like, embarrassing or whatever. I can't remember. We always have the Rangers being caught on film. Mighty Morphin did that. Dino Thunder did that. Mystic Force did that. I mean, so many seasons have done the Rangers caught on film, and then the Rangers having to keep their identity secret through that. I mean, and the way that Dino Thunder did it was beautiful. And it's very similar to this episode. The entire season of Dino Thunder with Cassidy and Devin is exactly the same as this one episode, and it was done 100 times better. Granted, they had a lot more time and a better showrunner and better writers and better actors. Well, yeah, better actors. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. When Disney had it, they hired better people to do the jobs, and it's hard-pressed for anybody to actually disagree with that statement. When Disney owned it, they hired better people. And that's why Power Rangers needs a new showrunner. And it needs to be maybe somebody from Disney. Or me, like Hasbro. I still haven't gotten a call from you. I mean, my phone's on silent right now because I keep forgetting to put it back into, loud, because I can't have it ringing at work. So, Hasbro, call me. If I miss the call, I'll call you back. I always check my voicemails. Like, the second I see I have a voicemail, I try to sneak away and listen to the voicemail and then call back when it's, like, really important. So Hasbro, just call me. I can handle this. I can definitely do a better job than what you have right now. But like I was kind of saying in the recap, there are so many moments where I was like, you could have done this better. Zoe could have said, Mom, you have to understand. She could have gone to the commander and gone, hey, here's the situation. Can I reveal that I'm a Power Ranger? It'll stop my mom from revealing that who the Power Rangers are. And she could have done that. Like I said, Tommy did that. Tommy revealed who he was to someone. I'm not going to spoil who it was. Tommy reveals himself to someone to make sure that he can successfully do this mission. Did Zordon get pissed? No, it's one of Zordon's rules. Keep your identity secret. No one may know you're a Power Ranger. But Tommy broke that rule when he was around Zordon, and Zordon was like, yeah, I get it. Like, I understand. Like, it's fine. It's one person. Power Rangers revealed their identity, accidentally, to Rocky, Adam, and Aisha. So, I mean, it's not like it hasn't happened. Just go up to your mom and be like, hey, Mom, guess what? Don't air that. Why? Because I'm a Power Ranger. Do you want everybody to know I'm a Power Ranger? No? Okay, then don't air it. There's so many other ways that this could have done. They could have gone as Power Rangers and explained, we don't want our identities revealed. Please do not do this. I mean, there are so many other ways they could have executed the story. And the way that they did it was just like such a reach. Like, oh, I'm having this come to Jesus moment as I listen to the celebrity talk about how shitty it is to be a celebrity. Oh, I can't reveal the Power Rangers identity. No, that is not a good storytelling option. It is lazy to reach like that. I mean, use that power for good. Use that reaching power for good and give me some freaking subtext. Yeah, give me some subtext. And while we're at it, the Ranger's secret identity has never really made sense to me in this. I mean, not in the whole series, not in the entire franchise, but like in this particular season. Because I've never quite understood if people knew who the Rangers were or not. Like, this is the first episode, I think, where it's been very clear that the general public doesn't know who the Rangers are in this season. Because, like, they're actively morphing in public. They are actively talking to their communicators in public. Like, it's not like the days of Jason and the crew going, okay, does anybody, okay, no, okay, what's up, Zordon? There, oh. Or, okay, it's morphin' time. You know, no. Like, they are just actively, like, out in the wilderness, not even looking around and morphing and talking to their communicator. It's just, it's never become clear to me whether or not people knew who the Rangers were. And then when Steel comes around, and these teenagers are just hanging out with a random little robot out in the middle of the world, and when they're like their Beast bots aren't able to go out into the public, but Steel can? Like, when we're going to talk about revealing the Power Rangers' identity, you cannot do that in a season where the Rangers are hanging out with a freaking robot who is a Power Ranger. Can't do it that way. All right, let's talk about Ben and Betty, because you guys know they are my favorite characters in the entire season. Just kidding, I hate them. The actors are actually good. The actors do very well with what they are given, but they are given crap. Let's just call a spade many times with this. They are given crap to work with, and they actually do a very good job working with the crap that they're given. But can we please stop with the whole, if it's slapstick, it's funny? Because not every actor can handle slapstick well. And as much as I think that these two are actually pretty decent actors, you can't have green actors doing slapstick. You can't. It's not good. Paul Schreier and Jason Narvi are comic geniuses when it comes to slapstick. They are like the reincarnation of Laurel and Hardy. You have to be a very specific type of actor to pull off slapstick. I have been acting pretty much my entire life. My first time ever acting was voiceover stuff that I did at a radio station. If you guys want to hear me talk about the guy that put me on the radio, I did a video with my mom where we basically sort of mentioned it at the end of the video, but the Halloween video that I did with my mom where we talked about how I grew up in a haunted house, so go and watch that. But yeah, we do talk about the guy that put me on the radio because he kind of helped us with our ghost problem a little bit, kind of temporarily helped us with our ghost problem. Anyway, I have been acting for a very long time. My first voiceover job was when I was 5 years old, and I was never paid for any of it, but still. I started really focusing seriously on acting when I was 13, and then I first started professionally acting when I was 20. I have been acting for a very long time. I have done theater, I have done voiceover, I have done film, I have done some TV, I have done a lot. I have done it all. I have done comedy, I have done drama, I have done so many different things, and even I would not try slapstick comedy. I know that I do not have the timing for it. I do not have the ability for it. I would not be good at it, and I know that. Slapstick comedy is a very specific type of comedy, and there are very few actors who are good at it. Laurel and Hardy, the Three Stooges were the people who really set it up. Lucille Ball was a comic genius when it came to slapstick humor in her own way. John Ritter was an amazing actor for slapstick comedy. Slapstick comedy is incredible, and I love it. I have immense respect for anybody who can do it. But that doesn't make it always funny. And that doesn't make it always well executed. And that is my issue with Ben and Betty, is that they are trying so hard to have them be slapstick actors, and they are just not. And it's okay. You can still be a good actor and not have the ability to do slapstick. There are amazing actors out there. I would be hard-pressed to think that people like George Clooney or Brad Pitt could ever even attempt slapstick. Maybe bad examples, but I mean, think about the best actor in the world. I love The Good Place. I love Ted Danson. I have followed his career basically since I was a child watching Cheers, and I would never put him in something slapstick. Ever. He's an incredible actor. He's an incredible comedic actor. And I would never put him in slapstick. Same thing with Kristen Bell. Same thing with anybody on The Good Place. They're all incredible. But would they be good at slapstick? Maybe Manny Jacinto. But slapstick is a really interesting art form. And putting actors in it, especially green actors, in something that, and basically having them do slapstick, it just doesn't work. And we need to step away from this mentality that slapstick is always funny. It's not always funny. Falling on your butt, inherently funny, sure. But doing it in the slapstick format, not always funny. And it's terrible, and I can't handle it. I just cannot handle it. It just isn't good. And I really hope that Hasbro hires me as their showrunner. But also, I really hope that Hasbro takes note of the fact that these characters have not been working in Neo Saban. We've been trying. They brought back Bulk, for crying out loud, to try it. We had it in Ninja Steel. We have it now in Beast Morphers. It's just not good. The last one is actually just kind of the whole scene with Nikki Rev walking into the gym. She was certainly not looking like she was about to go to the gym. Here's the thing. When you are a low-budget television show, you have a few sets, because sets are expensive, and actors are expensive, and crews are expensive, and cameras are expensive, especially in today's age when we're all doing digital HD. The microphones are expensive. Everything about a television show is expensive. So where you can get off cheap is having as few sets as possible. So if you pay attention to shows that are lower budget, you will notice that they have very few sets. And for this one, the best place that we all have a get together is this gym. Much like in the original one where we had the youth center, but that doesn't always make it an appropriate place for there to be a celebrity walking in to it. She didn't look like she was about ready to go to the gym. We've never really truly established how much of a juice bar they have. So it's not like she's like, I'm gonna go get myself a juice. Like, I don't, like, she just walked in because it was convenient and because they needed to tell the story. We needed to have her be introduced to the Power Rangers. We needed a story. And Power Rangers has been, ever since Neo Saban, Power Rangers has been lazy about their storytelling, as I have said numerous times. And it's just a real bummer. Like, it's just a real big bummer. Because this was one of those moments where I was like, but why would she walk in there? And why would she follow 5 teenagers and a robot out of the gym? And why did they all of a sudden have this miraculous SUV pulling up? They never explained where that came from. I mean, was Devin on his phone calling for an Uber? Because Ubers don't show up that quick. I mean, like, for real. Like, how did that just come? And he's like, just take her back to the hotel. What hotel? Does he know? Does the driver know what hotel to bring her to? Do you know who they are putting her in the car with? It's just... Convenience writing is not my favorite thing. I don't like convenience writing. Convenience writing is awful. Convenience writing makes me sad. Convenience writing is just not good. And that is what this season has been filled with, and I'm very, very sad about it. What Neo Saban has been... I mean, okay, I'm not gonna lie, Disney also had, and original Saban, all had convenience writing. Because convenience writing, you can get away with in kids' television because kids are watching it and kids aren't paying attention and kids haven't studied film criticism in college. I hate convenience writing. It's like, if you want to see the best convenience writing. Like, the best, worst convenience writing. Watch The Room. If you have not seen The Room by Tommy, how are we pronouncing the last name? Wiseau? Wiseau? I don't know. I always pronounce it Wiseau because that's how he pronounced it back then. Back when I first watched The Room 10 years ago. But yeah, so watch The Room if you want the best form of convenience writing. To get an idea of what I'm talking about when I talk about convenience writing, it's like you need a character to be somewhere, so you just put them there. You need something to be there, so you just put it there. Like, there is no rhyme or reason to it. There is no explanation as to why it's there or why that person is there or what they're doing. They have no purpose. They just walk in. They're just there because you need them to be there, so you just put them there. You can get away with that in children's television, but that's... So I really should just give it the leeway, but like... We had such good seasons with Disney, and even like Dino Charge with Neo Saban gave us, like, at least for a season, a taste of what we could have with, like, dark stories that are geared towards us, but also still kid-friendly. Hasbro needs to really understand that their fan base is not 5-year-olds. Their fan base are 33-year-olds who watched the original show and are very excited that Jason is coming back. Granted, they do know that, because why would they bring Jason back otherwise? They know that we're watching. So... And I get, like, this is not Neo Saban. I've said that numerous times. This is not Neo Saban. This is still Neo Saban. We'll get a good idea of how Hasbro's actually going to handle the series once Beast Morphers is over. This is kind of like what we had with Wild Force. Wild Force, while, yes, technically Disney, is not part of the Disney seasons because Saban still owned it for the creative portions of it. The first true Disney season was Ninja Storm. But yet... Disney still owned Wild Force for the majority of the show. So, like, we have to remember that this is not Neo Saban. Saban still made Beast Morphers. He still had the majority of the creative control. So, if you're holding on tight to see how Hasbro's going to handle the series, we'll know more next time once Beast Morphers is over after season 2. And I... really hope that Beast Morphers picks up again. I'm very sad that I feel this way. I don't want to feel this way. I see so much potential in Beast Morphers, and it just makes me crazy. Like, it makes me very angry that I'm not getting the potential that I see in it. Anyway, I don't want to have to charge my camera again to finish this video, so I'm going to end it here. This is probably going to be the longest Beast Morphers video ever, but that's just because I got so passionate about the bad things about this season. And Hasbro, I'm still here. Call me. Do you want my number? I'm not going to give it to you over the internet, but, like, you can email me and you can ask for my phone number. I'm going to legitimize the fact that you're Hasbro. But yeah, no, seriously, Hasbro needs to wisen up, and they need a new showrunner. They need a new showrunner. They need a new head writer. We cannot have another season like this. The fans my age are going to go away, and that's going to kill the franchise. So Hasbro, get a new showrunner, get a new head writer. I don't care if it's me or not. I mean, if it would be me, that would be a dream come true. But for real, Hasbro, I beg of you, as a 33-year-old fan who has been watching the show off and on since the beginning, give us a new showrunner. Give us a new head writer, because we cannot have another season like this. All right, I'll see you guys all tomorrow for another Power Ranger video, because I have an unboxing of something that I'm staring at right now, and I love it. It's so beautiful. And then on Thursday for not a Power Ranger video. It's about television, so that I mention Power Rangers, but I don't talk. I also mention anime, so it's fine. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Bye. I can't with the Power Rangers thing anymore. Why am I turning my channel into a Power Rangers channel? Why am I doing it? It just makes me sad. It just makes me angry. Hasbro, call me! Can you come back and destroy the Power Rangers, please, Goldar? I'd really appreciate it. Okay, thanks. Jason's coming back.